Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is a makeup tutorial and this look right here is kind of a charcoal grungy smoky eye. I use all shadows from Morphe, a mixture from the 35F and the 35O palettes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And if you do enjoy this tutorial, give me a big thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. So let's just jump right into the video. Hey guys, so for today's look we're starting off with our eyebrows on and our eyelids prepped and primed and ready to go. The first shade that we're taking is from our Morphe 35F palette. This is row 5 shade 2 across, and I'm just taking a large fluffy brush to blend this in throughout our transition. This is going to be our first initial transition shade, and it's going to help to make sure that every shadow that we apply after it blends out really seamlessly. So again, just using that large fluffy brush to blend that in throughout the crease using windscreen wiper motions and small little circular motions until I've got it as intense and diffused as I want it. Now once that shadow is placed into my crease and I've got it as intense as I want, I'm taking another shade from the Morphe 35F palette. This is row 5 shade 5 across and I'm just going to begin to deepen up that transition area. So applying that right onto the outer corners all the way in to the inner corners, but the intensity or the main intensity of that shadow is just going to be based around our outer third of the eye. Next we're taking a shade from the Morphe 35O palette. This is row 5 shade 5 across, and I'm just taking a slightly more tapered blending brush and I'm really packing this onto the outer third of the eye and blending it out throughout the crease. I'm just, as you can see, really packing it onto that outer corner of my eyes until I've got the intensity and as deep that I want the shade to be, and then I'm going to take a little fluffy brush to blend out the edges to make sure that there's no harsh lines and everything's super seamless and blended. Next, we're going to be taking our first kind of grey shade that we're using for this. I'm just spraying my brush with a bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I'm taking a shade from the Morphe 35F palette. This is row 2, shade 4 across. I'm just going to be packing that onto the inner kind of third of the eye. Next, I'm going to be taking a shade from the Morphe 35F palette. This is shade 2. Row 2 shade 2 across, and I'm just packing that on to kind of the center portion of the lid. And then lastly, to make sure that it's nice and deep in that outer corner, I'm taking again the shade from the Morphe 35F palette. This is row 4 shade 6 across, and I'm really packing that on to the outer third of the eye. So next up, I'm taking that second shade we used within our crease. This is from the Morphe 35F palette, row 5 shade 5 across, and I'm just using that shade to deepen out the outer crease again and blend out any edges to make sure there's no harsh line. Then I'm going to take this really orange shade. This is from the Morphe 35O palettes, row 1 shade 7 across, and I'm just lightly blending this over the edges of that crease color that we used. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of winged eyeliner using my Maybelline Master Precise liquid eyeliner. Then we're going to move on to the face. I'm using my Rimmel Lasting Finish primer, and I'm just applying that all over my face. And then I'm going to be going in with my foundations. These are two foundations that I've been loving mixing together. One is the Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and one is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I'm just mixing up a concoction of that on the back of my hand and then patting all over my face and then blending it all in with my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. So I'm just making sure that the sponge is really damp. I find that these two foundations do set relatively quickly, so you do have to work quicker than usual, but using a really damp beauty blender just gives you a little bit of extra playtime with the foundation. So again, just blending that all over my face and making sure I'm really careful when I blend up towards my winged eyeliner, and also making sure to bring that down my neck as well. Next up, I'm moving on to concealer, and I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm just applying that under my eyes, along the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and my chin, and I'm just making sure to get really close up towards where my winged liner is so I can really sharpen up that line and make sure it's super fierce and cut. So yeah, just applying my concealer everywhere I like to conceal. I'm using not a super light shade. I didn't want to be too highlighted under there because my foundation is already so pale because I'm so pale. So using a really highlighting concealer on my really pale days can make me look like a ghost. So I'm pretty much just trying to use a shade that is pretty much the same color as my foundation, but I love luminosity that this concealer provides my face. So yeah, just blending that out with my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. Then I'm going to set everything down using my Kat Von D Lock-It powder foundation. This is in the shade 42, and I'm just setting my face using that powder. It's a really pale powder, so super great if your face, as you can see there, looks a little bit darker than my neck. So this powder really helps to lighten it up and make sure I'm all looking one pale white color. Then I'm going to contour. I'm using the two lighter shades from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour or Shade and Light Palette, Face Palette, Contour, Highlight Palette, whatever you want to say. And I'm just contouring my cheekbones, applying that underneath my cheekbones, along my jawline, around my temples of my face as well, and my forehead, just to slim everything down and make that god-awful forehead look a little bit slimmer. Then I'm going to spritz my face with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, just to set that powder down to make sure I'm not looking dry and wrinkly and crepey looking. And I'm applying a little bit of High Beam. This is Benefit High Beam, just to the tip of my cheekbones here for a little bit of highlight. So once I've applied the highlighter, I'm just going to take a clean edge of my Miracle Sponge just to bounce over the edges, just to make sure everything's super blended in and it's not patchy or anything. Then I take a combination of these two shades from the Anastasia and Nicole Guerriero highlighting kit, and I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones, pretty much my entire face where I want to be looking extra glowy. So cheekbones, Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, down the bridge of the nose, brow bone, and inner corners as well. Now once my highlight is all done, I'm going to move on to bronzing. I'm taking my Soft Touch bronzer by Models Prefer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face just to add a little bit more warmth to the skin because I am so pale at the moment. So just adding a little bit more warmth to the face. Then we're going to be moving on to blush, and I'm just applying a little bit of Prim. This is a Tarte blush, and I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and then blending it all out towards the temples of my hairline area. Then we're going to go in with that initial transition shade we used from the Morphe 35F Palettes Row 5 shade 2 across, and I'm just running this along my lower lash line with a small pencil brush, and then deepening it up with another shade from the Morphe 35F, it's Row 5 shade 5 across, just to add a little bit more depth to the lower lash line, and then just a stamp along that outer third or the outer third of the eye. This is again from the Morphe 35O palette, Row 5 shade 5 across, and I'm just smudging that really close to the lash line to really define it. And then again, that little trick of applying a little bit of an orange shade again from Morphe 35O, this is Row 1 shade 7 across, just to make those eyeshadows pop. Then I'm just going to be taking this, I think it's Earl Grey waterproof liner from Rimmel, and I'm just going to be tight lining my waterline with the pencil just to make sure that it's all nice and deep and dark around our lashes to really define our eyes even further. Then we're going to apply a quick coat of mascara. Any mascara that you like will do. And then from Socialize, I'm just applying some false lashes. These are Minx 2.0, and I'm just applying that to my eyes. Then moving on to lips, I'm taking Jeffree Star's Celebrity Skin. I love this shade. It's so beautiful. Again, I'm really just not a fan of the matte color. I really need to get one of his amplified lipsticks. If any of you have them, let me know what you think of them. I kind of went off the Jeffree Star train for a while, but I love his cosmetics. So anyway, let me know if you have the Celebrity Skin amplified lip. I would love to know your thoughts on it. Then I'm just applying a little bit of gloss. This is from Natio. It's just a clear gloss but has some nice little flecks of glitter in it, which I really love. So guys, that is the finished look. I love how it turned out. If you guys did enjoy it, please give me a like, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.